All right, let's dive in. Today, we're stepping right behind the counter with you to talk about one of the most powerful and honestly fastest growing categories in cannabis: concentrates. Think of this as your go-to guide for handling them like a pro.
You know this scene, right? It happens every single day. A customer walks in, and they're not just browsing, they're looking for your expert opinion. And when they ask for something with a little more kick than flower, well, that's your cue. That's your open door to guide them into the whole world of concentrates.
So let's get down to it. What are we really talking about when we say concentrates? It's a huge, kind of intimidating category, but the basic idea? It's actually surprisingly simple. It's all about taking the cannabis plant and just boiling it down to its absolute essence. You know, a great way to think about it is like a chef in a fancy kitchen. They'll simmer a big pot of stock for hours and hours, right? Reducing it down until it becomes this incredibly rich, intensely flavorful sauce. That is exactly what a concentrate is. All that extra plant stuff gets stripped away, and you're left with just the pure, potent good stuff, the cannabinoids and the terpenes.
And what's the result of that whole process? Well, it's a massive jump in intensity. I mean, your traditional flower might clock in with THC levels in the teens, maybe the low 20s. But concentrates, they pack a serious punch. We're talking potency levels that can absolutely soar way beyond that. It's a completely different league.
Okay, so you get the product. Awesome. But that's really only half the battle, isn't it? Now you need to understand the person who's asking for it. Concentrates are definitely not for everyone, so let's figure out who the right customer is.
This is probably the most important question you gotta ask yourself. Who is the right fit for this kind of potency? When you boil it all down, it really comes down to two main types of customers.
So on one hand, you've got your experienced, high-tolerance users. You know them, they know what they want, they've been around the block, and they are specifically looking for those high THC products. And then on the other hand, you have folks who are looking for a more potent level of relief. People who might find that traditional flower just isn't quite doing the job for their needs anymore. And once you've spotted that right customer, your role completely shifts. You're not just a salesperson anymore. Nope, you become their trusted guide. This right here is where your expertise really, truly makes all the difference. Your guidance really rests on three key pillars. First, you're there to help them make an informed decision, not just a fast one. Second, and this is huge, you're educating them on safe consumption, because let's be real, these products demand respect. And finally, you are the gatekeeper of all the legal rules, and that part is totally non-negotiable.
Look, if you take only one thing away today, let it be this. High potency demands high responsibility. Your main job isn't just to move product off a shelf, it's to make absolutely sure every single customer has a safe, positive, and really well-informed experience.
And that responsibility? It comes with some really clear, can't-be-bent rules. So let's get into the practical side of this. The absolute must-knows for keeping everyone safe and staying on the right side of the law.
In the whole world of concentrates, there's one number I need you to burn into your memory. Just one. It's 8. It's simple, it's clear, it's your most important rule, and it is absolutely non-negotiable.
So here's what that 8 means. For any recreational guest that walks through your door, the legal limit for concentrates they can buy in one visit is 8 grams, period. This isn't a suggestion, it's a hard line drawn for safety and for legal compliance. Knowing this rule and enforcing it is a fundamental, bedrock part of your job.
You know, we spend so much time talking about potency, THC percentages, the intensity of the product, all that stuff. But as the expert behind that counter, I want you to remember this. The most potent ingredient in any transaction isn't what's inside the jar. It's the knowledge that you bring to the conversation. That's the real power.